Too many people think it is AFC, or average frustrated chump, to fall in love. If you fall in love, cherish it. I would give up years of countless stupid chicks just to feel that way about a girl again. Yeah. You know what though? You know what though? The problem with that, the problem with falling head over heels in love like you used to, is that you get these love goggles on. You know what I mean? You get these love goggles on, and then you start operating from emotion in your relationship, and you start making bad decisions, and you allow the betatization process to take over. You stop realizing what's happening in your relationship. But if you can love her, but you still got to be lovingly detached enough to be able to see what's going on in your relationship and keep your head on a swivel and be able to act a little more strategically, right? That's how you're going to maintain that long-term relationship. If you don't want a long-term relationship, then yeah, by all means, just spin plates and fall in love with all the chicks that you're banging, you know? All right. Remember this saying, you can remove the girl from Louisiana, but you cannot remove Louisiana from the girl. uh I've heard other versions of that saying. You can bring a foreign woman from South America or Asia into America, but that is like putting good food into an unclean dish. The food eventually spoils. That's a message for you passport bros out there that are like, I'm going to go overseas to find a traditional wife. Okay, go do that. Go find a traditional wife in South America or Asia. Okay. But if you want to keep her that way, if you want to keep her immersed in the culture that made her more traditional, you've got to keep her in that country. You got to move there. Okay. Go live in that country and live happily ever after. Right. But you bring her back here, she's going to be ruined. Absolutely ruined. Hey, Nuke's in the house. What's up, brother? Hello. Yes. I would tell you guys to go check out Nuke's channel, but he has no problem getting views. So, hey, Nuke, do me a favor. Tell people to come to my fucking channel. Okay. Let's see here. Many find a woman or women as a substitute for achievement. This is female thinking, that the union means your life is complete. Others think the Don Juan ends as soon as he gets a girl. It doesn't. You must prove your worth every day in life. Childhood is over. When you think you are achieving things because you have a woman or women, you stunt life. Yeah. The work never stops, man. Even if you get into a relationship, the work never stops. We have a burden of performance, unfortunately, as men, right? But that's a big problem, right? A lot of guys get into a relationship, they get complacent, they think that they've reached the finish line, and then they let themselves go. I don't have to try anymore. I already got her, right? And then she thinks the same thing. I don't have to try anymore. I already got him. And then she has no more competition anxiety, and then she starts wearing pajamas to Walmart. Um, that's one of the first things I talk about in the long-term relationship chapter is that there is no finish line, right? The work never stops. You have to always be seducing your girl forever. All right. And if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to put in that work, then don't get into a long-term relationship. Okay. Simple. Okay. Simple. Or you can just do what everyone else does, right? Get into a long-term relationship, let it run its course until you become she betatizes you, and then find yourself in, 10 or 15 years back on the dating circuit going, what happened? I don't fucking know. Right. Okay. Let's see here. Take a young man who is skinny, shy, isolated, and a dork. Fat girls keep pestering him. Girls set him up with women no one else wants. Yet he dreams of life, of joy, of strength, of new realms beyond this one. Fat and ugly women disappear as if he simply changed clothing. Sun-like, he becomes a world everyone revolves around, as he is now seen as interesting, fun, and muscular. Rather than park his life and watch everyone zoom by or drive a snail's pace for fear of risk, he now lives life in the fast lane. Okay. Boredom is where all evils enter the world. And when a person is bored, he is bored with himself. Interesting people in their daily lives are never bored, as they find everything interesting. What kind of person are you? Are you someone that gets bored easily, or are you someone that finds various things fascinating? So you're never really bored. You always got something going on. Try to teach my son this. My son's always bored. Dad, I'm bored, Dad. I'm like, oh, I got something for you to do. Oh, you're bored? Oh, I got something to do. You know what sounds interesting? Cleaning up the dog shit in the backyard. Oh, just kidding, Dad. Just kidding. I got all of a sudden I've got something to do now. Of course you do. Women who bark at a gentleman will lick the boot of an asshole. Oh, women who bark at a gentleman will lick the boot of an asshole. Well, that comes to genuine desire, doesn't it? All right. Hold on one second here. I have to sneeze. I can feel it. I can feel it coming on. There it is. All right, guys. Join the beer club, beer.comeonmanpod.com. It's a good group of dudes. We actually crossed 50 members now. We now have 51 members. Fucking exciting. Let's get us to 60. 60 members. Let's do it. 60 members in December. Do you think we could do it? Let me play a commercial for that and we'll get back to the topic.
Here's a harsh truth that everybody gets upset about online when I say it. They get upset because of their ego investment into the fairy tale idea of love and partnership. They get upset because of their ego investment into the idea that their woman is their best friend, their confidant, and they think that love will conquer all, and that their woman will be there through thick and thin. The truth is that as a man, your woman is hardwired biologically and psychologically to want you to be her rock. It doesn't work the other way around. Women do not care about your struggles as a man. They may think they care. They may even want to care. But her evolutionary DNA will not let her care. If you bring her your problems, she will lose attraction for you over time, and she will leave. Now, whenever I talk about this, people lose their minds and start talking about men unaliving themselves. The faster that men learn that women don't care about our struggles, the faster we'll save the lives of men. Men off themselves because of their own ego investments in the Disney fairy tale lie. And when that fairy tale goes up in flames, they get zeroed out and they end things. Men do need a proper outlet for dealing with their problems, but going to their woman isn't the answer. Men need a tribe. They need a brotherhood. That's why I created my beer club. It's a monthly virtual hangout for men only. It's a place where men can be men. It's a place where men can talk about guy stuff without having to worry about offending women. It's a place where they can go without having to worry about being called toxically masculine. It's a place where they can go to solve their problems. Because men solve problems, women cause problems, you dig? Visit beer.comeonmanpod.com. That's beer.comeonmanpod.com to sign up.
Indeed. And then guys, if you are having problems in your relationship right now, the bedroom's gone cold, or when you do get intimate with her, she just lays there like a starfish, more out of obligation than anything, and you are sort of at your wit's end. And you're just like, what the hell happened? Like, everything used to be hot and heavy in the relationship. Let's talk about it, okay? Book a free call with me, call.fixedadbedrooms.com. I will give you massive clarity on what's probably going on in your relationship. And if I can help you, I'll show you what that looks like. And if I can't, I'll at least point you in the right direction. All right. All right. This one's really good. This next one's good. He says, in high school, you thought women would mature and stop liking the jocks or jerks. In college, you thought women would mature and dislike the frat boys, sports guys, and start to be attracted to nice guys. In your 30s, you thought that women were finally wisening up. No, women didn't mature. They just ran out of Don Juans. No matter what her age or relationship status, a woman will look at those guys and lust. Women indefinitely remain women. That's the big thing, right? This is what we call the epiphany stage, right? Where women, they run out of the Don Juans in their 20s, and now they're hitting their 30s. Their eggs are drying up, and so they're looking for a nice guy to settle down with, a guy that they're finally ready to marry now, and so they end up settling with some kind of beta male provider that doesn't really excite them. They're still thinking about, guys like Brad Pitt, or they're thinking about the guy that that banged them out and back in the frat party at Delta Kappa Psi or whatever. I don't know. I was never in a frat. Right. But that's what she's thinking about. And then she's settled down with this guy. She pops out a couple of kids because she's always wanted kids, but she doesn't really like the dad. He's a good enough provider and stuff like that. But, then she ends up banging the pool boy and stuff like that. I had a guy on TikTok argue with me about how it's not hypergamy because women don't always move up, right? They're not always moving up in status and money when they're cheating on their husbands. I'm like, you're right, because it's alpha seed, beta need. So if she's with a guy that's already making a lot of money, but he's not making her sexually attracted to her, she's going to cheat on him with the pool boy who doesn't make enough, as much money, but he's more sexually appealing to her. Do you understand? It's not always about trading up. Trading up monetarily anyway. Sometimes it's trading up with sexual attractiveness, right? Different value system.
New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Subscribe now.